Alright y'all, so I figured now would be a good time to actually talk about the October patch for this game that just released. I don't know what else to say apart from I'm very disappointed. I mean, let's talk about the good. Let's talk about the good first before I go on to the major negatives that came along with this patch, as well as I'll probably touch on to the live stream that we got last week that was also very telling of how this game is going. But let's start with the good that came with this patch. So for starters, they did fix the doors. I have not had any problems with doors, so that's very good. They added a nice like main menu screen for rush week. So for all the people out there, I don't know how many of you exist, but for the people out there who do enjoy rush week and like to play that game mode, that's very nice. They also changed like the anonymized names. They're not going to show you who's going to get Johnny or who's going to be playing the victims or whatever. It's just all going to be question marks. Cool. On top of that, they also fixed the lighting. When you're in the menu and you're customizing your characters, the lighting isn't going to look really off. So yeah, that's really nice. And they also added a new map variant, and I think that's pretty much the end of all the good things that came with this patch. Let's segue from that map variant. Immediately they disabled the map variant. So yeah, I guess the map was cool for the little bit that it was in the game, and then past that, I guess you can enjoy it in private matches. And it seems like it's actually pretty cool. Like it actually is responsive to what's going on in the game. It looks nice. We finally got a night map variant. Like I like that. I do like the storm. It feels like they actually put time into the storm map variant, which I mean, cool, we got a variant of a map, awesome. But I mean, obviously you can't even play the map variant in the game, so that's one negative. Next, we have the endurance fix, quote unquote. Endurance is not fixed. Perfect, amazing, not a big deal. Maybe I can just get all my stamina back with empowered. I'm not really concerned. Oh wait, close encounters are fucking terrible now. I mean, close encounters they're terrible. They're in a terrible spot right now. I mean, you can just hope. Even with when you're playing Leland or any character with 50 strength and a level 3 grappler, you just gotta hope and pray you win. Couple that with the fact that suffocating grip is a level 1 perk, level 1 grandpa perk. Yeah, you just gotta hope and pray that you can win. The way they decided to change close encounters is arguably, it's the worst regression in a video game I have seen in a long time. Terrible system. I don't know if they just didn't code it right. I don't know, but it seems like you just lose very easily. I mean, I'm pretty sure I showed the clip of me losing with the character that has 41 strength against a hitchhiker at full HP. Somehow there's people defending this and saying, well, close encounters was being overused and victims were trolling and it should only be used as a last resort. To those players, I think you just fucking suck. I think you guys are family mains who are just really fucking bad at the game, if I'm honest with you. I mean, there's nothing else for me to say. I just think you guys suck. Because there's no way you truly believe that close encounters was ever a mechanic that was meant to be used as a last resort. It's certainly not a last resort. Quite literally, you get punished for using it as a last resort because as your health is low, your chances of winning the close encounter also are low, at least lower than they should be. But this update made sure you family players don't have to worry about that. Even at full HP, victims are losing with max strength against sissies, hitchhikers. It doesn't matter. You're gonna lose to hands. Like it's just impossible to win against hands. It seems, and it seems like you can't win against Johnny either, even with very high strength. So yeah, close encounters, one of the core mechanics of the game, the only mechanic that victims have in order to keep characters off of them, especially the hitchhikers who'll chase you. And you already have to worry about, if you win the close encounter, staring at hitchhiker for 2-3 seconds before you can run for some odd reason. And then he can run like 2 seconds after you can run. So it's already pretty bad. Having choose fight on that is the only way to make it to where it's actually gonna help you escape from hitchhiker. But you can't even win now. So close encounters is just a terrible mechanic now. They ended up catering to the Reddit crybabies who I often reference when I make these videos. They cater to them, and I just don't think that was a good idea. You should never cater to Reddit crybabies. Now, this is not the Reddit crybabies' fault. In every game ever, there are going to be Reddit crybabies who are pretty much bound to complain about literally every little thing that's in the game and worry about making memes about their struggles in the game instead of actually adapting and learning how to play and getting better at the game. They refuse to do that. They are Reddit crybabies. It's just, of course they're not going to do that, right? But I guess I can't really put a lot of blame on them, like I said, because it's the devs' fault for wanting to use Reddit as a reliable source of feedback when most of the player base doesn't believe what the average terrible Reddit player believes. So yeah, all the family mains, I'm just assume you guys are happy with the update. For me, I think it's insanely easy to win as family, so it takes away all the fun, and it's insanely hard to play as victim because you have no way to defend yourself at all. You can only just run the same build on every character. Every character plays the same. You just run high proficiency and you hide in bushes and you're playing fucking Assassin's Creed. So yeah, family can still camp, has unlimited traps, and the only thing that differentiates one character from the other is their ability and if they have bomb squad or not. There's no variation in play styles. There's no variation in speed, because if you try to rush, if you're not playing like Connie, you're just gonna die, and even then you can still die. So I just don't see the point in playing the game right now. I feel like they really dumbed it down, really ruined the game, honestly, for both sides. And there's no way they're gonna hotfix it. We just know they're not gonna hotfix it. They don't like hotfixing. They said they were gonna hotfix, but we know they're not going to hotfix. So they have about 2 more updates, maybe just one more update before they go on a 2-month hiatus like they did last year. And you know, I hope this next patch they actually really put in the most work they could possibly put in for this game. I hope they really finish strong and they really put the game back together, because as of right now, this is the worst state the game has ever been. Since that 2-month hiatus last year when they had Danny just running amok, doing whatever he wanted. Obviously we had the content pass. They had to fulfill their content pass plans, right? But past that, I don't think they have much else that's gonna be coming out. I feel like they're gonna end up doing one more patch, take 2 months, and then drop the rest of their content, and that's it. Like I don't see them doing too much to help the state of the game. Like, I mean, Close Encounters were destroyed, what, 2 months ago, something like that, and it wasn't that bad, and I wasn't a doomer, right? I wasn't gonna hop on here and complain because it was a bug, right? It was a bug. They ended up fixing it. Cool. Now it's intentionally terrible. They intentionally made this value system and ended up destroying a core mechanic in the game, absolutely destroying it. So what, they have stun immunity now as family. Some characters don't care about door stuns at all. Some characters like Hitchhiker or Johnny, even if you do end up winning the close encounter, you're kind of screwed because you have to sit there for a long time and another family member can come through and get you. Or in Hitchhiker's case, he just ends up running after you like a second or two later after you start running. So you're just hoed by him. You don't even need to worry about another family member. So yeah, this is a terrible state of the game. This needs to never be done again. I hope they just do a hot fix to where they just take this out and put Close Encounters back to how they were. And then just nerf choose fight. Bring it down to 3 seconds instead of 5. Bring it down to 2.5 seconds. Something like that. Just don't have it be the way it is right now, because currently the game is unplayable. It's playable, but it's very, very disappointing. I mean, I streamed like half an hour after the update dropped, and I could only get 1 match in before I had to turn the stream off because I was so disappointed. And I was gonna hold my tongue, and I did. I held my tongue, hoping maybe I'll play some more games off stream, which I did, and I'll find something that makes the game fun, maybe redeems the game for me, or it'll change my perspective on it. No, that didn't happen. I feel the exact same way about the game now as I did yesterday. I don't understand anyone who's trying to defend this update at all. I mean, there's good parts of it, I covered that, but this game is wildly going in the wrong direction. Even in Rush Week, where they had most of the dubs, why are we nerfing Johnny? I don't get that. Why would Johnny need to be nerfed? I don't understand that. That's something I personally don't get. But like I said, I'm not in charge of the balance team. Also, I don't think the devs play their game or play test the game. I think they don't do any of those things. I know they'll say they do, but I mean, they also said they would add a prestige system or increase our level cap and add unlockables to the game, but we saw how that went in the last stream, right? We're not getting that. We're not getting franchise characters, which I personally don't care about franchise characters. Fuck Chop Top, in my opinion. I don't care about him. I just want more characters. I want content. I don't care if it's licensed or not. I just don't give a fuck. Just give me new content. Give me a new map, not a map variant. I want a new map. I want new characters. I want the balance of the game to be good. I want new perks to mess with. I want that level cap increase. I want rewards for playing the game. I want to feel like I'm actually working towards something with playing the game, because I just simply have not mustered enough strength to play the game since they added in the red house map variant. The Blood Moon, I think. They just ruined the game from that point forward, and it has never gone back to being in a good spot, in my opinion. It was kind of playable last update, even with endurance broken somehow. But you know, Xbox players couldn't even play the game. Like, they literally were struggling to play the game. I don't know. I just don't see the point of playing this game anymore until they decide to fix it. But this is literally the most unfortunate state the game has ever been, due to dev decisions and due to bugs and them just simply not being able to manage their game, you know? And that's really unfortunate. It really is. I mean, like I said, I was one who was always like, you know, adapt, you know, quit complaining. They can manage their game. The game isn't even in a bad spot. You just have to get better at the game. I mean, my first Texas video I ever uploaded onto my channel was disproving the idea that victims were weak and that family was too strong, and the game was just unbalanced, and you know, this, that, and the third from crybaby victims. And I'm a victim main. That's why I made the video. I'm like, you guys are just crying, but there's so much you can do to overcome this. Like, I don't understand why. I don't know. I don't like the crybabies, and I don't like when devs decide to cater to crybabies. So I try to put videos out to diffuse all that bullshit. But I mean, I feel like all the criticisms are finally valid. They're finally valid, you know? They had the game in the best state it ever was when they released Hands and Maria. They ended up fixing endurance. I wasn't really a big fan of proficiency helping you turn the battery off faster. I think that's kind of cheap. Again, me being anti-victim as a victim main, I feel like the game is pretty much dead. And they have 1 or 2 more updates to fix it. We're just gonna hope the content pass is good, and then past that, I don't know what's gonna go on. So yeah, in terms of my channel, I'm definitely gonna be looking at other games. I already have looked at other games, playing the new Dragon Ball game, Sparking Zero, enjoying it, actually having fun with it. I might get back into my roots with Dead by Daylight, who knows, or just playing some more horror games. You ready to see more things from me apart from Texas? I think Texas is just in a very bad spot, and it unfortunately keeps getting worse. Somehow, it just keeps getting worse. That's all I have to say on this update. I mean, it's just completely negative. There's nothing that saves it and makes it good, in my opinion. They have to fix everything. That's it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you dislike or disagree with me, that's up to you. I said what I had to say. If you want to defend this patch, I just have nothing to say to you, because you're just objectively wrong if you're trying to defend this patch. I honestly, there's nothing you can say that will sway most of our minds on this patch. It's just disappointing.